Aloha and Tashi Delay from Kauai Tibetan Buddhist Dharma Center here on the island of Kauai. We present this class every week from 6 to 8 o'clock Hawaiian time, and it's recorded and put on our website, kauaidharma.org. When presenting the Tibetan tradition of shamanistic practice, it is necessary to understand the role of the Lama, the teacher, in Sanskrit, guru. All of the teachings key in on all of the lineage teachers that have appeared for the last 2,600 years, from the birth of Shakyamuni Buddha down to the present day. All those men and women in both the Sutra and Tantric tradition of Tibetan Buddhism are still here. In other words, when a person becomes fully realized, they move beyond the bounds of emotionality and what we call judgmental mind. And once one's established that in their consciousness, then they spontaneously spread that to others. And the term we use is Bodhisattva. But Bodhisattva, the symbol of this is the lotus flower, which simply means in Tibetan Buddhism, all the deities, teachers, everybody, they're called lotus born, or born into the world to teach people how to disassociate from their ego-fixating subject-object duality consciousness called drama mind into the other state of consciousness that is inherent in our nature, in our mind, where that doesn't exist. And do it in such a way that one starts to stop fixating on the idea of a self or a soul, transmigrating through various realms of rebirth. And once that's established, then those that accomplish that other nature of their mind don't do that. Their whole purpose is to assist other sentient beings, primarily humans, to reach the same level of accomplishment that they have. And all of them have the same motivation to do that. So that's uncountable teachers, men and women gurus, now called Llamas in our tradition, that have been evolving from Shakyamuni Buddha's birth in India down to the present day, all over the planet. And whenever you mention their names in practice or do lineage prayers, they become present. They're already there, but you get their attention. It's kind of like saying, hey, I'm over here, or help. So that works. And so you'll see a lot of the Lamas in formal practice doing long lineage prayers of their tradition or of some tradition, and calling the names of their teachers, like I call the names of my teacher, Lama Tenzin, Kala Rinpoche, and Lama Tempa, Lama Lodro, Lama Sansing, Lama Rinchen in Honolulu, and so forth. Now, some of these are actually still in their body. And those that are not, I visualize them around me, some on my shoulders, some on my head, some in the space around me, some in the energy centers in the body, and so forth. The purpose of all of this is in this existence called temporal existence, is called the motivation to bring every sentient being in the universe to that realization, to that accomplishment. And there's no heavenly goal, there's no ceiling to this. It has infinite proportions and infinite applications. And the reason it has to be in that much clarity in your consciousness is because there's infinite sentient beings emotionally bound and suffering in this universe. Not just in the place where you live, or not just on this planet, but throughout the universe, which is boundless. That said, we start with refuge and the altruistic motivation. I chant the altruistic motivation in Sanskrit because the spirits are the great assistants of our practice of spirituality. Yes, we have the teachers and the Sangha and many people supporting and many translators. But the actual support for good health comes from the spirit world. A little bit from the animal world, a little bit from other humans' involvement, but most of it from the spirit world. And the reason for that is because they're in charge of the weather, they're in charge of all of the bacteria, viruses, mold, all these elemental organisms that cause us sickness, disease, or illness, and so forth. And for the Lama to chant the altruistic motivation catches their attention for our particular spiritual needs and physical needs now, while we do this practice, this teaching. The altruistic motivation in English is simple. In order to attain enlightenment for oneself, for ourselves, and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now, all together in union, take refuge and, when possible, offer prostrations. That is a unique motivation. No other tradition, religious, shamanistic, or otherwise, has that motivation. And I'll chant it in Tibetan. Dag dong drowa namke tha dong yampe semchen tamche dudine jungte jisi jechu ningpo lachi ki bardu. Then we do the refuge prayer in Sanskrit. The refuge prayer is to the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, and to the Lamas, deities, and protectors of this tantric tradition of shamanistic Lamaism. Palden Lama Dampa Namla Chapsu Chio Yedam Chokor Gilatso Namla Chapsu Chio Sanjay Chom Dende Namla Chapsu Chio Dampe Chur Namla Chapsu Chio Palpe Gandu Namla Chapsu Chio Pawo Kandro Chokyum Sume Sho Yesheki Shendong Dempa Namla Chapsu Chio. Then we chant the Bodhichitta, Bodhisattva training prayer in Sanskrit. Sanjay Chodang Choki Chognam La Jechu Ardu Dagni Chapsu Chi Jagi Jinso Jipe Sonam Ki Jola Penjur Sanjay Jubar Shu. In order to attain enlightenment for myself and limitless sentient beings, our mothers, we now, in union, all together, take refuge. We go for refuge to all the glorious holy Llamas. We go for refuge to all the idams, who are the deities gathered in the mandalas. We go for refuge to all the Buddhas, those who have conquered their mind and gone beyond. We go for refuge to all this supreme Dharma. We go for refuge to all the noble Sangha. And we go for refuge to all the Dakas and Dakinis, who are the protectors and defenders of Dharma. All of these possess the eye of transcending awareness. In the Bodhisattva training prayer, to the Buddha, the Dharma, and this supreme assembly, we go for refuge until enlightenment. May I, through merit, gain from practicing the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines, called the 6 perfections, accomplish Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. As many times as you can say either of these prayers causes the whole healing program of Tibetan Buddhism to enter into your stream of being. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and most importantly, spiritually. The Bodhisattva training is taking the Hinayana path, and the word Hinayana refers to the other traditions such as Hinduism, Taoism, American Indianism, Hawaiianism, any tribal culturalism, and so forth, into the path of Mahayana Buddhas. And the 2 methods are the Sutra and Tantric method. Both of these were taught by the Buddha. Buddha Shakyamuni, through all of his teachings over many, many years, about 50 years, all evolved into the Sutra tradition. Then the Sutra tradition, with the input of the natural state of consciousness of people using that, evolved the 6 Bodhisattva disciplines of generosity, morality, which includes ethics and good manners, patience, perseverance, diligence, meditative concentration, using the imagination in union with the ability to single-pointedly focus, and the development of insight, going inside to find the natural truth that we all possess already in such a way that you don't have to depend on outside influence or sources. You no longer need to be pushed by the ideas and efforts of others and the environmental world around you. So the relative situation is slowly being replaced by the ultimate situation of 2 truths. The first truth, based on this practice of Lamaism, is that everything is illusory. This whole idea of self and the world existing except separate and all the sentient beings, everything that appears in your mind and around you is a light show. And there's many ways to recognize that. But the simplest, most easiest way is the path of the Bodhisattva. And it is the most direct. Because your inner nature already is a Buddha, already is mature. and all we do is merge into that state of maturity and then activate it in the human condition. So generosity, morality, patience, perseverance, meditative concentration, and insight with the altruistic motivation take you out of the Hinayana, the self-realizer, and with the help of the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Lama, deity, and protectors, moves you into the natural, clear, open, ultimate state of truth. And that's universal. And it's universally applied. So all of that, you're taking refuge in. Now today is my birthday. But every day is birthday. Taking refuge is taking birth in your refuge in your own natural mind. Rebirthing that every day is taking refuge in saying Bodhichitta and having the altruistic motivation to bring all beings to that. And today I got laid. See? In Hawaiian, they pick beautiful leis from the world around us in the gardens and jungles. And it's to show the spirit of the natural world, how it treats us with loving, kind ways. And then the beauty of it strung together with many prayers and good wishes and mantra. Then it's the flowers and the vines and the medicinal plants that are used to make these become an honorific, loving way of showing what we call aloha. Aloha is unconditional love. That's it. And that was the tradition of the Polynesian people that settled these islands, mostly here on Kauai, and a little bit in Honolulu. But this is a very beautiful way to receive people that come here to live or to visit or for whatever purpose. So I'm honored to receive this as a birthday gift today from my lovely wife, Abigail. Then aloha. Aloha is universal. If all the tribes of the planet, all the cultures of the planet had this idea of aloha, it's the same as the altruistic motivation of Tibetan Buddhism. It's a way of welcoming and a way of honoring and respecting others regardless of who and what they are, or where they come from, or any of that. And so I'm very honored not only to receive this, but also to be living here the last 47 years in Hawaii.
Wow, is that how long it's been?
And my birthday, I'm 83, and so I'm very honored to be in good health at such a drastic sum of years, and still able to garden and perform other duties as a householder and husband and caretaker and father to everyone. Now, it's also Earth Day, and I have the great honor of being born on Earth Day. And this is very appropriate because the Earth is in dire straits because of us, humans. And here, to give you an example, here in Hawaii, our ecosystem and the animal life on the land and the ocean is at 90% extinction. And that has occurred in about the last 200 or 300 years of human existence here in the island. And it's amazing that this happened because the culture of this island is to garden the island, to take care of the ocean and the lands and the animals and the spirits and everybody, humans that inhabit these beautiful chain of islands. So that's number two. So we have Earth Day and Earth Day. But it also, because of our tradition of shamanistic Lamaism, is Guru Rinpoche Day. Now, every day of the Tibetan calendar, which is in 28-day increments according to the moon cycles, and 60-year counts, 5 times 12 makes 60. That has a spiritual calendar that all of the monks and nuns in the Tibetan tradition and lineage masters, they all use this calendar to do certain practices on certain days of every month of this Tibetan calendar year. And this calendar year is the female Earth Yak year. Earth female Yak year. They say the year of the ox in China. And when we follow this calendar, Padmasambhava Day is honored because he's the second coming of the Buddha, and the Buddha himself, Shakyamuni Buddha, predicted it. And then many masters of the Indian tradition also. So Padmasambhava was born in an area in northern India or southern Tibet called Kashmir, which is now, part of it is Afghanistan, part of it is Pakistan, and part of it is Ladakh, and a little bit of Tibet, actual original Tibet. And it's called Orgyen or Agmen in Sanskrit. This Padmasambhava was mature at birth, born of light. There's only two ways to come into human condition: womb birth or born of light. And light is by the power of the clarity of one's own natural mind. And it is a commitment to come into the world to teach other people to reach that same state of maturity and be healthy in the process, survive. So Padmasambhava traveled across the Himalayan countries all the way to Nepal, Sikkim, Bhutan. And when he got to Bhutan, the Nepalese Sikkim area, the king on the other side of the Himalayan mountains knew of him and asked him to come to his kingdom and give teachings. So when Padmasambhava showed up there, the king says, I invited you here because we have a serious problem in Tibet. And it's about survival. Because of the extreme conditions of this high, dry Tibetan plateau and mountain range, we have to perpetuate the spirits in the Bon tradition, the old tradition of Tibet, which evolved from China, to kill animals, humans, to perpetuate the spirits, to bring the rain so that our barley crop will grow in about a 2-month period. That's their summer. So you got 10 months of winter, 2 months of summer. And if you don't get the barley crop, then you end up not only having killed your animals, children, and wives to get these spirits to bring the rain, but you also might have to eat each other to get through the winter. That's how drastic it is. So Padmasambhava says, well, you have two serious problems. One is survival of your food chain by the way you're doing this is very bad karma. That's number one. It's bad karma for the spirits, it's bad karma for the animals and humans, and it's bad karma for the people doing the killing and so forth. To rectify this, I need to have a woman help me. And the king says, okay, I have 10, 20 wives here in my home. Pick one. So Padmasambhava picked out one of the women and said, okay, I'll be back in a few years. And he and the woman, her name was Yeshe Soya, went off. When he came back, Padmasambhava had trained her in the shamanistic tradition, which evolved from the time of Buddha Shakyamuni Buddha, and was working in India, but the conditions are way different in Tibet. So Padmasambhava said, to rectify this situation so that you can still get the rain for your barley crop without killing your women and children, I want you to bring all the old shamans, all the shamans to your court, to your home. And so the king did that, and then he ordered them that they had to compete with this young woman, Tibetan woman, to show who had the real power to keep this survival program going. And so, of course, she won. And then the king ordered all the shamans to never again do these practices.
Make animal offerings.
No animal,
Yeah.
no human, no killing. And he showed them how to make food and the beer, or what they call malt liquor they were making from their barley chong, to be the offerings. Well, they're not vegetarian in Tibet. Very little vegetable. I mean, the closest they get to it is tea. So she showed them how to use food and drink to get the same results from these spirits, so that the rain would come in a timely manner, so that the barley crop would grow to maturity in the necessary period of 6-8 weeks. And then that barley crop would be harvested and made into what they use for food for the winter, along with whatever other source of food they had from their animals, like cheese and milk. The yaks are like cows. To give this short story, shorten this story, the result is Tibetan Buddhism spread all over Tibet, Mongolia, into Russia, and eastern China, and down into all the Himalayan country, from Bhutan to Kashmir. Bhutan, Sikkim, Nepal, Ladakh, Kashmir, Afghanistan. And it worked. How did it work? heart, the altruistic motivation of the Buddha mind, that every one of those spirits is the purpose of your practice. Every one of those spirits was once your mother, father, friend, relative, pet, lover, enemy. You have very, very strong karma with all sentient beings. And everybody you see, smell, hear, taste, touch, whether it be like this, computer, TV, cell phone, whatever, in your mind, are exactly that. All of the animal world, exactly that. It's all interconnected. So you have all these situations are all interconnected in life support, in survival, in good health, in the human condition on a planet. And these planets with humans and animals exist everywhere in the universe. You know, well, we can't find one in our solar system. Yeah, but there's a billion trillion solar systems. And my teacher, Rinpoche, said there's probably 10,000 in just this galaxy where human birth is at a maturity level superior to ours. Ooh, that's kind of lessening. Now, how do we do it in Tibetan Buddhism? There's Padmasambhava and all that work, and it's spread everywhere with Yeshe Soygyal being the first Lama. And the Tibetans say a mere woman was the first Lama. Only she wasn't. She was fully mature, like her teacher. Oh, and by the way, Padmasambhava left Tibet after everything was firmly established, and Yeshe Soygyal in charge with the king power. And it worked. Here's how we do it. Here's how we do it. You know, we have a lot of people come and fool around with Tibetan Buddhism. They come and they do karma yoga at our centers and they learn a few prayers and a few mantras, but they never really get to the meat of the program, the meat, the alcohol. Okay, they never really understand that the spirits are the whole program. That's why it's called spirituality. You know, don't confuse this with religion. That's another kind of spirituality. They depend on spirits too. But getting back to this one, I'm going to show you how it was presented in Tibet. This is an image of what they call a skull cup offering. And it was designed by Padmasambhava with 3 skull cups to support the top of the human skull, the head, as a bowl, like this. And so you have 3 skull cups supporting this bowl. Inside this one is red, painted. That's called the blood offering, or meat offering, or food offering. The other one is the chong, or bliss offering. Of the natural state of your mind is just exactly that: clear, open, knowledgeable, intelligent, heartfelt, loving, kind, considerate. And that one is empty. Now these 2 codes of these 2 are exactly the same, except one is designed to face towards what we call the spiritual symbol of the deity, which is honoring their true nature in some form out here, like all the tankas and statues I have behind me, or this particular painting of Padmasambhava and Yeshe Soygyal, or this one I have for our text. But getting back to this offering, you can take any container, clean, and I'll show you two that I use every morning. This one gets sake. This is not, beer is okay, but sake is better, we found out. Because those are the two main drinks in Hawaii. Okay? Because we have those two cultures. The other one, food, preferably meat, either from the ocean or from the land. But any kind of food will work. Any kind of drink will work. So I put these two, food and meat, and they go on the shrine as what these two skull cups that they use on formal shrines did in Tibet. Then I have two more, and these receive coffee and torma. Now, torma are oatcake crackers that I make. My grandmother taught me to make, as they did in Scotland and Ireland. I'll mention Ireland. But one of those gets the oatcakes and the other one gets the coffee. That also goes up before the deity. And this is more of a peaceful type of offering, where the meat and the alcohol are called the wrathful, because those are the two kinds of deities that we are emulating, inviting, propitiating into our situation with all of these practices. Mantra, meditation, mudra, insight, study, gathering knowledge, how to do this, how to understand what you're doing, how to know what you really are, know how to use all this. Well, tonight we're bringing it down to specifics. And it took a long time for us Westerners to get all this out of the Llamas and train us in how to do these. And finally, the training gets so intense that they put you into a 40-month retreat. Actually, they didn't put me in it, I put me in it. It was their direction. In any case, the end result is maturity, which is what my mother wanted for me. To grow, develop, and mature, and survive, and be happy, and loving, kind, and interest in the well-being of everyone and the environment. That's aloha. That's Hawaii. And it's actually all the cultures of the planet. So let's do that. Would you like that? Give me one off the shrine. Give me that one. Chenrezi. It's good to have a candle burning. That's a symbol of enlightenment. All of this is about bringing the entire energy of the universe into your situation. Put that up there. Thank you. Now I took the caps, which are in the shape of an exposed brain, because actually your body is very impermanent. But without being in the human condition, none of this is going to work in this life or the next life. And then we're going to use Padmasambhava because he's the one that caused it to move out of India and the Himalayan tribal countries into Tibet, Mongolia, Eastern China, and Western China and Eastern Russia. And so, like the Chenrezig, Om Mani Padme Hum mantra, and like the Tara, Om Tara Tutari Turesu, and the 21 Tara prayer, all the Tibetans know Padmasambhava. And they all associate that teacher with the Buddha Shakyamuni and their direct Lama teacher, whoever he or she is. And they all know what is called the 7-line prayer of emulating or having Padmasambhava as the spiritual hero. Hero in the word in Tibetan is Jetsun. So I'm going to read you this, what is called the 7-line prayer. Now there are, in different languages and even English, there are a little bit different versions, but this is the one I like. And this is actually the start of all major practices, all monlams, all wrathful deity practices, and all 40-month retreats. It goes like this. The 7-line prayer to Guru Rinpoche. Hum. Okay, so now we're starting with the same vibration as the medicine Buddha and all the wrathful deities and deities in Tibetan Buddhism. Hum. This is total healing. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. There's nothing else to heal. Hum. You who was born in the northwest land of Kashmir called Odiana or Oregon appeared on the pollen bed of a lotus stem. That's to symbolize taking birth from a womb in the human condition. Wondrously, you attained supreme accomplishment and brought that to, as your emanation, renowned as the lotus born. You, who are surrounded by an infinite retinue of dakinis, I, emulating you, following in your tradition, will perfect myself and come to achieve your same level of realization. Please come, I pray. Bestow your blessings. Guru Padma Siddhi Om. So that's the 7-line prayer. I'll say it again. Om, born in the northwest land of Odiana on the pollen bed of the lotus stem. From light, wondrously you attained the supreme accomplishment. You are renowned as the lotus born, which is the word Padma. Surrounded by a retinue of many dakinis, following after you, I will perfect myself in your tradition. Come then, I pray, bestow your blessings and accomplishments on this, your humble student. Om Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Siddhi means accomplished. Om means all the energy of the universe as your support. Guru, Lama, Padma, Pema in Tibetan, Lotus Mother. Because the word Lama, which is what Padmasambhava actually was, means honorable mother. Om, born in the northwest border of the land of Orion, the pollen bed of the lotus stem, wondrously you attain supreme accomplishment and realization. You are renowned as the lotus born, surrounded by a retinue of hundreds of thousands of dakinis. Emanating you, I perfect myself. Come then, I pray. to bestow your blessings. Guru Padma Siddhi Om. So this prayer sits on, we have many shrines on our property here, but this sits on one of our shrines in the front. And the C-syllable Hum you already know from Medicine Buddha practice and other practices. And then I made up a short practice text with the help of Lama Rinpoche, Lama Tenzin, Lama Tempa, Lama Gelsen, and other lamas, to bring the full Padmasambhava practice and the power of it, using the light offerings to all of the deities, all of the lineage gurus, and the blood offering to all the spiritual deities that support us in our practice, that turn away from the subject-object dichotomy and the pain that it gives in their situation, that they turn away from that and follow the teachings of the Buddha to eventually rebirth in the human condition again and become Bodhisattva. And they know that. But they have an option. They have freedom. They can say no. They don't want to be liberated. They don't want to be oath-bound. That's the way we put it. Like when you do refuge, you're actually making a kind of oath, a commitment. And these spirits will then follow your commitment and your command so that you stay healthy, happy, wealthy, whatever is necessary, whatever is appropriate. Oh, that's a lot. That's a lot of responsibility. So we put this text together. I'm going to read the prayer in Tibetan. Om organ yogi nu shab sang pema gesor dompo wa yeshin chuki gu chuki pema jungne jesu dra gordu kanjo mangpo gor keiki jesu job chuki Jingi Lobsher Jesu So Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. So that last line, Guru Pema Siddhi Hum, is receiving the blessing so that you receive the same level of accomplishment and maturity as Guru Rinpoche and his consort Yeshe Soya.
Can they chant it again?
Can we chant it again? Abby asked for a second reading. 3 times. She did that 3 times. Om organ yogi lusham tam ge pema ge sardam bola yajin chuki jugerne pema june jesu jo kordu kanjo mangpo kor keiki jesu jajuki jingi loksher jesu so Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And it ends with Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. It's an extension of the 7. It always starts with Hum and ends with Hum. You start with perfect health, you end with perfect health. You start with absolute truth, you end with absolute truth. The beginning, the middle, and the end are inseparable. So what's the hurry? Om organ yogi du sham sham pema ge sor dam pola Ye je chu ne go ju ki pe ma ju ne je ju jo kor du kanjo man pu kor ke ki je su drop chu ki Tengi lo shi je ju so guru pe ma se de or it can be Guru Padma Siddhi. Padma is Indian, Pema is Tibetan. Both of them mean lotus. So we have many, we call the 8 auspicious symbols in Tibetan Buddhism. The lotus with the sun and moon is one of those 8 auspicious symbols, and it symbolizes taking birth in the human condition to teach others how to become mature in the human condition. And only humans can accomplish that. But in the process, by being loving, kind, and considerate and extending this to the spirit, animal, and the rest of the human world, we can cause liberation to occur in those situations. And right now, our Mother Earth needs all the help she can get. The second part of this is to include the consort Yeshe Sogyal into the program because she takes all the dakinis that Padmasambhava has gathered, all these spiritual female teachers, from the human condition, the Bodhisattva condition, the celestial condition, the demigod condition, and the elemental and the human condition, all gathered together. The boss is Yeshe Sogyal. Palden Lamo. She has many guises. She has many emanations, primary and secondary. So we include her in the practice. So we had the second page all about her energy. Galgen kuchi yum she yen ki kum jamo bo bang kor ki ma jo jen mo sher go ju shor so de chen kar ju so ye she soy gel shab la so wa dem she ne sang war shor wei shi wa dang lama kunje ten par shin gi lo Nembu tu shi gal shi war gu shin gi lo Jai per botang she war shin gi lo. She par she wa ge par shin gi lo. Sam la pung ge drum par shin gi lo. So this is a prayer to bring all the Dakini energy into your practice. With Padmasambhava and Yeshe Gel Soygel up front, receiving these gifts, these offerings. For who? So that the spirits are coming with the Dakini. All the spirits that want to reverse their karma and move towards full maturity in the human condition. And this translated in English reads like this. Dharma Datu, Kunta Zongmo, you, the mother of all virtuous, victorious Bodhisattvas and Buddha. Kindest soul mother who protects all the people, starting with Tibet, India, and the planet. Bestower most excellent city, sovereign of the Dakinis of supreme bliss. You, Yeshe Sogyal, at your lotus feet I pray. Please confer your blessings to purify inner, outer, and secret obstacles to progress of spiritual accomplishment in the human condition, and stabilize the longevity of all our Lama Gurus. Confer your blessings to pacify this era of disease, hunger, warfare, environmental destruction, and poverty. Confer your blessing to pacify sorcery, hexes, and curses from any source, human or otherwise. Confer your blessings, which increase longevity, splendor, and transcendental knowledge on the path of the Bodhisattva. Please confer your blessings, which spontaneously accomplish all our appropriate wishes. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Lotus Dakini Yeshe Soigel Siddhi Hum Pe. That's the mantra that Lama Tenzin taught me. But the basic mantra that activates this Padmasambhava and Yeshe Soigel and all of the Dakini energy into your practice is simply Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Hum. 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 Pei. Pei means to cut the root of all subject-object dichotomy, which simply means cut the root of the idea of a self or soul migrating through emotionally painful realm. And that includes heavens, all the demigod, war god realm, all the deprived spirit realms, all the demonic spirit realms, and any place where humans and animals take birth. Any planet. All of that. And so when you say Om Ahum in the mantra, you're receiving the body, speech, and mind empowerment of the Guru, Padmasambhava. And when you stabilize these three in your three places, forehead, throat, and heart chakra, then gather them all together into the heart chakra, then the Hung is the universal application to all sentient beings to fulfill the commitment of Mahayana and Tantrikana Buddhism and move you out of the Hinayana, I, me, mine, self-realizer mode, Pratyeka Buddha and so forth, into the path of Bodhisattva. And then with the 10 levels of the with the 6 Bodhisattva practices and all the deity yogas, called the path of skillful means, you quickly move to maturity, which is possible in one human lifetime, as short as we have it. 50 to 100 years is quite enough, actually. Om Ahum Vajraguru Pema Siddhi Om. 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 Then if you want, that establishes the Llama moving into you. The Llama, as Padmasambhava, you become. Then all of the spiritual applications are your practice. Whatever method you're using, even if it's just simple breathing, Om Ahum, or 5 elements practice, which we're going to do, or any of the 6 Bodhisattva trainings, either on the relative or ultimate level, applied to your modality of practice, guided by a Lama. I like to say, if you've seen one Lama, you've seen them all. Because all the practices support all the other practices, and all the Lamas support all the other Lamas. Now we're going to move to the next part of this practice session with the application that all the energy depicted by the skull cups or by these 2 offering bowls placed on your shrine or in front of your tanka or statue or whatever, stupa, whatever you're using for symbol of enlightenment. Then you read this part of the practice. Oceans of the 3 roots, the gathering of the 3 jewels. The 3 roots are the Lamas and peaceful and wrathful deity. The 3 jewels are the Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha, which all Buddhists honor. Gather like clouds as our retinue. All of you gaze upon me, bringing down a shower of blessings and altruistic compassion and loving kindness. In this form of deathless, pristine awareness, which is the essence of all victorious ones, all bodhisattvas, all Buddhas, and their supporters, I forever offer prostrations with faith and with intense and powerful yearning, honor, and devotion. All of my body, wealth, and enjoyment, and all virtue gathered by me in the 3 times, I offer all of this in the manner of the infinite cloud of the Buddha Samantravaja's offerings. I confess without exception all harmful actions and failings accumulated throughout beginningless time up to now, and promise never again to repeat them. Of the qualities of all the victorious ones and their heirs, you are the sole sovereign or lords and goddesses. Lords and protector Dakinis, in your example, I rejoice from my heart. To you I pray with faith to honor all my appropriate wishes, beseeching you to bring down a great rain of profound and vast Dharma teachings and practice with the guidance of all the Lama Gurus, originating from the time of Shakyamuni Buddha through the reign of Padmasambhava and Yeshai Sorgil down to the present day, and amassing all the virtue and qualities of my own and all others. I promise, for as long as countless realms of beings continue, I will follow in the wake of your example, Lord and Goddess protectors. I dedicate all of this to the guidance of beings throughout space, without limit. O great treasure of wisdom and unconditional love, in whom all sources of refuge converge, most excellent and precious refuge in these corrupt and evil times, I pray that you come, Padmasambhava and Yeshe Sogyal, and your retinue. I am now afflicted by the spread of the 5 degenerates, these emotional conflicting energies of my own mind. I pray to you with great longing to recall your child with love and assist him in all practice and endeavor. I summon forth the dynamic compassion from the vastness of your enlightened intent. Please grant your blessings to my devoted heart. I pray swiftly show signs and indications that you are conferring these most excellent and ordinary cities upon us. Home. Organ Uvinu Shab Sham Pema Gesor Donpova Yajin Shuki Jugirne Pema June Jesus Jac Cordu Conjo Mampo Kor Keiki Jesu Jac Juki Jingi Lobjer Jesus So Guru Padma Siddhi Home, in the northwest border of the country, Oregon, born of a pollen heart and the lotus, marvelous in your perfecting of all your attainments, you are known as the lotus born and surrounded by an infinite circle of Dakini. By following in your footsteps, I pray you come to confer your blessing and assist me in practice. Guru Pema Siddhi. Then we say the mantra 108 times. Om, Am, Hum, Vajra, Guru, Padma, Siddhi, Om. Om, 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 Hum, Vajra, Guru, Padma, Siddhi, Om. Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Om Ahum 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 Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Om Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Om Ahum 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 Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Om Ahum 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 Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Om 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 Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Om Ahum Vajguru Bhima 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 Siddhi Om Te. Now when you're saying this gurus, you're the Buddha, either just Padmasambhava or Padmasambhava Yeshe Soiga. Either way. She is the first Dakini, then all the other Dakinis filling space around you emanate to all the realms, the 6 realms of emotional rebirth. Judgmental mind, all of them, bringing all those sentient beings away from the relative conditioned existence into their own purity and clarity of their natural state. Clear, open, pure, ultimately true bliss nature. No separation, no judgment. Pay. Om Ahum Vajguru Padmasiri 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 Om Vajguru Padmasiri Om Vajguru Bhima Siddhi Om Ahum Vajguru Bhima Siddhi Om Ahum Vajguru Bhima Siddhi Om Ahum Vajguru Bhima Siddhi Om Vajguru Bhima Siddhi Om Ahum Vajguru Padma Siddhi Om Hey. And take all of the energy of the light of boundless faith, your natural mind, into your heart center, into the home, the vibration of all that, for total healing. And disappear into the timeless spatial awareness of the present moment. And gently keep your focus or your awareness there. No past, no future, no present. No meditation, no judgment. In the second mantra round, is the word Padma, lotus. And the lotus born symbolizes any teacher, Lama Guru, following to the Sutra and Tantric tradition of shamanistic lamas for the purpose of bringing all animals, humans, and spirits into this situation of full maturity. Loving, kind, and considerate on all levels of social endeavor and involvement with the world environment around us. And so we use the mantra of the Lama and Dakini, Yeshe Sogyal, together. One round. Om, Ma, Hum, Vajra, Guru, Pema, Pema, Lotus. Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om, Ma, Hum, Vajra, Guru, Lama, Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om, Ma, Hum, Vajra, Guru, Pema, Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om, Ma, Hum, Vajra, Guru, Pema, Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Pema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Pema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Pema Siddhi Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Pema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Vajra Guru Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Vajra Guru Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Hey, so now you're in union. Buddha and consort in union. Padmasambhava Yeshe Sogyal. Union means union with the energy of the entire light of space, that the vibration of everything that exists, either through your mind and thoughts or in the world outside of you, is simply that, an energy program to support life in the human condition, animal condition, and bring the human condition to maturity by training them in survival, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual survival methods. Om Hum Vajra Guru Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Pema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Vajra Guru Pema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Pema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Hum Pema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Pema Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Padma 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 Lama Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Padma Lama Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Padma Lama Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Om Padma 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 Yeshe Sogyal Siddhi Hum. Pay. Then again, rest in timeless awareness, bringing your awareness to the present moment and gently holding it there, not fixating on anything that arises. All thought, all body sensations, all of the entertainment of the world around you, just energy. Blissful, beautiful energy program. You are downloading in present time. Now, in perpetuating the spirit, we have what is called a Ghana Chakra. It starts with these two simple offerings of food and drink. And you want to offer the clean, very best. And so when they do the Ghana Chakras, they always use the food made into certain codes. And the code never changes. And the spirits recognize the code, the symbol, the shape of the food made into symbols of the deities, which receive the light offering, which is what Chang, the brew of the sake or the beer, barley beer, symbolizes, because it brings you into a beautifully relaxed state. And the food itself supports your life force, just like your breath. So you make that, and so if you don't know how to do the torma offerings of the food and the deities, the Llamas do that. And so we have these special occasions called Ghana Chakra. And here in Hawaii, we did Padmasambhava every fourth Thursday night in a group, Sangha, all gathered. And we did that for years at the direction of Lama Rinpoche and Lama Tenzin. And they said, if you want this Dharma to progress in Hawaii, this is the way we did it in Tibet. Do it here. And this is the Ghana Chakra offering prayer to all the Lamas, all the peaceful deities and Dakinis, and all the protectors. Padmasambhava, you who are surrounded by a vast retinue of Dakinis. As we do these practices following your footsteps, we invite you to this offering feast of sense pleasure, the very best of everything of our 5 sensual states: seeing, smelling, tasting, touching, and feeling. I pray that you approach to confer your blessings and send down these blessings so that we progress to the excellent place of your accomplishments by transforming these soak offerings of this feast into the bliss Amrita of the mind of pristine awareness of all the Buddhas of the three times. With this offering, bestow the four empowerments on me right now in this place. The empowerment for the body, the empowerment for the speech, the empowerment for the mind, and the empowerment of union, a state of no separation from all of this. You who have attained this most excellent state, please dispel all obstacles and any hindrances that lead us astray. Grant your most excellent and ordinary accomplishment. Hum. O Jetson Lama Pema Tho Trang Sel Vajra Samaya Sarva Siddhi Pala Hum. Ah. What I just said was through Jetson, Papas and Baba and Yeshe Soga, bring all of the peaceful deities into this offering feast. Together with your host of knowledge and lineage holders, and all the dakinis that exist in all of the worldly and ultimate states, into this mandala of the victorious one. And when the three roots all converge, all the lamas, all the peaceful deities, and all the protectors and dakinis, all present, I pray with devotion and intense yearning that my three doors of body, speech, mind gather all the necessary virtue, enjoyment, and that of whatever is appropriate in the state of wealth and good health, and also to all of those who I have karma with in this present worldly situation. In this world of phenomenal experience, we offer all manner of delightful sense pleasures of all the best of gods and goddesses with nothing left out. All this I offered in infinite amounts as Samantra Bhadra's offering feast, which resolves in a state of supreme bliss. Lovingly accept these offerings with delight. May it fulfill our sacred bond. Guru Rinpoche, I beseech you. You and your host of knowledge holders and sky dancing dakini, grant your blessing. Grant the most excellent and ordinary cities to us, your devoted children. I pray and purify all impairments and breaches of my Samaya commitment of the Dharmakaya, Sambhogakaya, and Nirmanakaya. Liberate all outer, inner, and secret obstacles into the voidness of basic space. Right now, in this place. Until my complete awakening, hold me inseparable from you. And in the process, may longevity, merit, meditative experiences, and realization increase like the waxing moon. Grant your blessings for the spontaneous fulfillment of all my appropriate wishes. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pemadakini Siddhi Om. Om Ahum Vajra Guru Pemadakini Siddhi Om. 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 And all offering subsequents of this soak offering, whether actual or imagined, filling the space of sky, are blessed with the three mantras, Om, Ah, Hum, Ho, Om, Ah, Hum, Ho, Om, Ah, Hum, Ho. All the 70 dakinis of the three roots. I invite you to this soak offering. Approach now. I offer all inner, outer, and secret assembled peace offerings of supreme bliss. I confess and acknowledge all impairments and breaches of my Samaya commitment, which is to do the practice whatever the teachings of the Lama advise. Liberate the enemies and hindrances caused by dualistic clinging into the basic space of Dharma Dhatu, voidness itself. Ho. Fulfill the secret bound of supreme and blissful equanimity in our states of being and in our stream of being. I pray grant this most excellent and ordinary accomplishment right now, tonight. Then we rest in the state of blissful accomplishment, allowing all of this Gana Chakra feast offering, simulated by this placing of these two offering bowls, to be accomplished fully in every way which is appropriate. And please release us from the bondage of our judgmental, emotional, I, me, mind, drama state of worldly human existence. Ho. And we close this practice session. How much time do we have?
Half an hour. 30 minutes.
Huh?
30 minutes. Taking it some.
We close this practice session with this prayer. From the three syllables of the Lama's three places emerge three rays of white, red, and dark blue light. As these are absorbed into my three places, my three doors are purified of all obscurations and become the three vajras of enlightened body, speech, and mind, suitable for training all sentient beings. That's an aspiration prayer. In short, may all of samsara nirvana, without exception, become inseparable from the Guru and Dakini. And may omniscient Buddhas, the three kayas beyond meeting and separating, be quickly attained. May sentient beings pray to us for guidance. May the Gurus confer their blessings. May the Yidams grant cities and accomplishment. May the Dakinis give the prophecy of complete and appropriate awareness developing. May the Dharmapalas remove all obstacles. May the teachings of the Buddha spread everywhere. May all beings be peaceful and happy. May the practice of the Dharma become a day and night obligation. May the benefit for oneself and others be spontaneously accomplished through this practice. May the virtue pure in nature churn in the depths of the three lower realms of samsara. May sentient beings not return to this ocean of emotional pain and suffering, and all of them as one complete mandala attain the three kayas, the three bodies of a Buddha right now in this place. This is the great secret treasury of all the victorious ones of the supreme unsurpassable teaching called Adi Yoga. In our tradition and lineage, Mahamudra. May I have the power to spread and increase this practice teachings of the Buddhas and all these practice lineages. May my knowledge and compassion and ability be perfected, and may I become a completely mature human being, a Buddha. May all beings dwelling in the 6 times of emotional migration traverse this vast ocean of suffering and leave it entirely, never entertaining the state of samsara or nirvana in their minds ever again. Om Hum Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Hum. 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 Om 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 Vajaguru Pema Siddhi Hum. Hey. We have built up the energy through this practice tonight in our heart-mind, which brings the energy of all the sensual aspects of our entire body and all our states of highest awareness influencing our thoughts. To do the practice of taking and sending, which is using the higher states of intelligence and the power of these emotions with their own antidotes, the accomplishment of Buddhahood, to remove all the pain and suffering on the planet, in all the minds of all the animals, humans, and spirits. Today, no matter what the cause or the affliction. And take all of that negative energy as black light with your inhale into your heart chakra of loving kindness and voidness. Immediately disappear it there, never to manifest again. And in that instant of present awareness, emanate light to all these beings, your children, all the men and women on the planet today, all the animals on the planet, and all the spirits that inhabit the earth, water, fire, air, and sky. Totally free of any kind of pain or suffering. Physical, mental, emotional, and most importantly, spiritual. And then from that all-inclusive taking and sending, pick out individual lovers, friends, relatives, pets, associates, teachers, enemies, everybody you have karma with this life, from birth to now. Relieved of all their afflictions, all their pain and suffering. Black light into your heart. Inhale. Exhale, white light back to everyone individually healed. All levels. All symptomatic conditions, all causal conditions, pure, purified, clear. Breathe. Remove. Disappear. Heal. Exhale. Light. It's real, relatively. It doesn't exist, ultimately. Loving kindness and compassion, ultimate awareness, timely, timeless awareness. Always in union. One can't exist without the other. The simplicity of this taking and sending comes down to the three lights: meditation, prana yoga practice. Inhale the light force of the universe as light into your lungs, visualizing it as white light filling your lungs. The spontaneous energy extraction Through every cell in your body, visualize the red light flashing through every atom. These two codes, algorithms brought together, exhaled as blue light of healing energy out your nose to space. If you're a tantrika, inhale the white light here, Om. The red light of the energy healing your body, Ah. Both these codes together, the blue light out your nose to all beings in space, Om. Om. Ah. Om. In Hawaii, Ah. Lo. Ha. It's been an honor to receive this lei today on my birthday, on Earth Day celebration, which we are celebrating for Mother Earth, and to do these very powerful healing practices of Guru Rinpoche. Now we dedicate the merit to all beings. Ewa di nirdu da, chagya champo drugyerne, trowa chinking malupa, dei sala gopar sho, sanjay kusum dimpai jimla dong, choni megur dimpai jimla dong, gendu miche dumpai jimla ki, jitar gong wam mong mam dru par sho. By this virtue of having realized Mahamudra, may it quickly establish all beings without a single exception in that state. By the blessings of the three bodies of the Buddha being accomplished, by the blessing of the truth of this Dharma being unchanging, and by the blessing of the wishes of the Sangha being unwavering, may this and all dedication, aspiration, and Tashi prayers be accomplished. May all the Llamas have long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity, and happy birthday to all of them. May all sentient beings be removed from all states of pain and suffering and established in happiness, bliss, and timeless awareness. Aloha and Tashi Delay. Mahalo. Thank you.